Guys, welcome to another segment of BAM. This is Brian, and being anxious me. So today what I want to talk about is erectile dysfunction. Now, this is a very touchy subject for a lot of people because a lot of people wouldn't admit actually having erectile dysfunction. So what we want to do is basically, take that, right? You have to admit it first, right? That you do have it. Why, right, is the next step. You always want to take these steps of questioning why you would actually have this. It could be a number of things, actually. So it could be, prescription drugs. It could be inebriated states. It could be the actual relationship that you're in, right? So in the last video that I was talking about, you wanted to question why you're in the same relationship and whether you wanted to stay in that relationship. So questioning these things is always going to be really good, especially in any kind of situation when you have anxiety. Why is this important? Admitting this is going to be the first step to finding out what the problem really is. So sometimes it could be, addiction to porn, right? So you're looking at a lot of 18-year-olds, 21-year-olds that are very addicted to porn. A great example is the movie Don John, right? With the guy from that 70s show and Scarlett Johansson. So basically he meets Scarlett Johansson and he basically prefers, masturbating instead of actually having sex with someone very attractive. So this happens a lot with a lot of people. Why? Right? So basically we looked at if porn was a problem. So we're looking at that quick stimulation, no rejection, visual stimulation that we're gonna get, no aftertalk, right? A lot of people just want to have sex with no attachments, and there's a lot of places that you can actually go, right? They have sex clubs, they have groups online, they have a whole bunch of things that you can actually participate in. They have communities, a lot of communities. It could be the swingers community, it could be the polyamorous community, and you always want to take in consideration whether you want to continue with your partner and go into a more open lifestyle, right? So this could be having threesomes or being in a polyamorous relationship with your partner, see if they're open to it, polygamous relationship, especially with men, or anything that has to do with an open relationship, right? Because you're looking at individuals that are trying to experiment or look at any options that can, spicing up their relationship or the way that they are. Because a lot of people are just a little bit more open-minded than others. Instead of being monogamous, they rather be with 2 people, 3 people, or how many people that you want, right? So next would be, staying away from any prescription drugs, anything that has to do with Viagra and Cialis. That actually damages a lot of it. When they say if you have an erection for 4 hours, it's basically because you're bleeding on the inside, and I don't even want to think about what the damages are after that. So, inebriated states, sometimes they call it like whiskey dick or something like that. You're thinking about performing instead of actually being in the moment with the person, instead of being in the present moment with the person. So it's always about this anxiety that we're going to get from performing. Last but not least is, natural remedies that you can use, like aphrodisiacs or, not masturbating. So there's a whole community on Reddit called, the NoFap community. And basically these are young men from, 18 to late 20s to men from 30 to, older, right? And basically what they do is they either masturbate once a week, right? Or once a month, or not at all, right? And what this does is it basically increases your sex drive. You become like a dog trying to look for a bone, right? That's why they call men dogs. Because when we have sex on our minds, we just won't stop until we actually, obtain it, right? So there's this new article that says that we rather actually, obtain sex than food. And that's pretty true, especially if you're looking at evolutionary psychology kind of idea that we need to proceed to the next generation. But for the most part, not actually masturbating will, recondition your mind, and your sex drive is basically just gonna make you want to have more sex, right? So instead of looking at porn that will just be mundane, you're increasing the frequency that you're having sex with your partner, right? So in a good relationship, in a healthy sexual relationship, twice a week is very healthy, right? So that's the minimum. Anything less than that would be unhealthy, right? Especially when you become a little bit older, you actually want to use that sex drive, and they use this in a lot of examples of success self-help books, such as Think and Grow Rich, right? Using your sexual drive to become successful and everything like that. And then last but not least, you can do practices where you basically abstain from ejaculation, right? So you can have sex, but you just can't ejaculate, right? For, whenever you want. But for the most part, these things will actually teach you how to control your ejaculation. So if you're a premature ejaculator, this will actually help. So, it's this, what do they call it? They called it edging, right, in Orange is the New Black in the first season. Basically, it was like creating these thinking juices and everything like that. So you'll masturbate until the point of that you're going to ejaculate, but then you don't, right? So this will increase your testosterone and you'll want more sex, right? I've actually done this 30 days straight. Probably the most impossible thing that you can ever do. Sometimes I couldn't even sleep, couldn't even meditate. So if you're gonna do this, make sure that you do it when you don't have a lot of things to actually do. You're supposed to do it for 60 days. I don't know if I could. I don't know if anybody could. But there are actually people. I haven't met anybody like that. There are actually people that just completely just cut it out of their lives. So, try that out. So hopefully this helps out, and you have a couple of remedies or exercises that you can use on a daily basis that can help out instead of using prescription drugs. And if it comes to that, check with your actual doctor and see if your testosterone levels are pretty low. So now we have a couple of things that we can use on a daily basis, right? And maybe spicing things up, right? Because what porn does is basically, I'll take off my pants and we're gonna go at it, right? So people forget how to foreplay. They forget the kissing, the massaging, the caressing, the touching, and everything like that, which actually stimulates a lot of our sensations, right? And that's what it's supposed to be, a sensual experience, right? So, take that in consideration. I'm gonna try and enjoy the rest of this beautiful view. Hopefully, I don't get caught here and never come back home. Alright guys, so I'm out and about, what I just talked about.